Nehemiah's story continues. Nehemiah received permission. He also received letters to provide him all that he needed. In verse 8, Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 8, Nehemiah, he records a letter to Asaph, the keeper of the king's forest, that he must give me timber to make beams for the gates of the citadel which pertains to the temple, for the city wall, and for the house that I will occupy. The king granted them to me according to the good hand of my God upon me. We see heaven is working. Heaven working on behalf of his people. But I want you to remember something, my friends. Even though we walk according to God's will, at the right time, there will be opposition. When Nehemiah took that journey to Jerusalem with the permission, with the letters, the Bible says there was opposition. In 2nd chapter, verse 10 of Nehemiah, when Sanballat the Hornite and Tobiah the Ammonite official heard of it, they were deeply disturbed. Who was Tobiah? Who was Sanballat? Tobiah was the governor of Ammon, the nation that was beside Jerusalem. And Sanballat was the governor of Samaria. And then we find there is one more person mentioned who opposed Nehemiah. In verse 19, we find his name, Geshem the Arab. He was the governor of that area. They opposed Nehemiah. Even though all these people, they were under the Persian government, they refused to cooperate with Nehemiah. What will you do when there is rejection, when you are not accepted? Like Nehemiah, we will go forward because God is with us. You know, when David was anointed as king, Saul was not happy. And Saul wanted to kill King David. Often that opposition comes from our own people. The sons of Korah, they were also of the tribe of Levi. They turned against Moses. Haman, during the time of Mordecai, he opposed Mordecai. What about in the New Testament? Who wanted to kill Paul? It was the fellow Jews. Opposition comes. But the good thing is, whether opposition comes from our own or from those who don't know us, we have to remember one thing: God is always with us. Nehemiah was sad. Nehemiah was disturbed. But the Bible says Nehemiah went forward. He went forward because he believed. Verse 20, chapter 2, verse 20 says, "So I answered them and said to them, the God of heaven himself will prosper us. Therefore, we his servants will arise and build." God will prosper us. God will help us. Is there anything too hard for the Lord? Even today, whatever opposition you are facing, whatever difficulty you may be facing today, please remember, let us turn our eyes on Jesus Christ, who said, "All things are possible for me." Nothing is impossible for our great God. So because Nehemiah's eyes were fixed on God, he went forward in spite of the opposition. Even today, God is calling us to go forward in fulfilling his purposes for his glory.